Good evening, guys. I'm so sorry for coming late. I think I was having network issues, so I just got it rectified. How are you guys? Who are those on ground? Are they doing the first person here today? Are they doing you are having a card already for being the first person here? Ifeanyi, good evening, you are welcome. My class captain is active tonight. Sule Grace, you are welcome. Rachel, you are welcome. Chidera, you are welcome. Timmy, you are welcome. And we have Bella Friday is here. And who is here again? Quadri. As soon as you join, don't forget, go and give the video a like. And Grace, you're welcome. Let me try to open our material. I hope you guys know what we're having today. This your population is not encouraging. No. This is a course you have to be very serious with. If you are missing any other class, this is not the one you should miss. I have given you the history of this course, how it can make someone repeat it for like 3-4 times before eventually graduating. So please don't joke with it. It's not one of those courses you joke with. So before we proceed, I believe you can hear my voice now, and of course you can see my end here. I will start sharing my screen now. Please, once you are able to hear my voice, you let me know so that I can start sharing my screen. I greet everybody. You're all welcome. Okay, they can hear me, thank God. All right, so let's get started, guys. We don't have time and we have a lot to do tonight. I will share my mock screen now, the mock site. I will share the screen now so we can get started and stop wasting time. Last night was GST101. I want to strongly believe that you've learned something from GST101. While we're waiting for my screen to come up, kindly tell us one new word or one new thing you learned from last night's class, from GST101. One new thing you learned or one new word you learned from that class. Yes, I'm expecting you guys now. I'm expecting you guys, yes. One new thing you learned yesterday or one new concept you learned, something you don't know how to do before that you were able to understand yesterday. Thank you, Bella. Bella says they can hear me. One new thing you learned yesterday from just 101. Let's start with that before we start reading this notorious GST105. Incursion. Our class captain says she learned incursion, but she's here to give us the meaning. I believe she's typing. Is it only Grace that was in the class last night? The rest of you were not in class. Was it only Grace we have in class? Sorry, we had in class last night. The rest of you did not learn anything, or you did not join. You didn't join the last class, just 101. We just want to refresh our brains to see if we have been carrying each other along. You guys should be very active tonight and fast because I have another class with 300 level. Their own exam is starting on Monday, so we need to do serious reading. I'm waiting for you guys, or is it my own network? Have you been typing? I've always seen Grace type something here in caution, the meaning, and that is all. I am not even sure if people are with me here. I'm not sure if you guys are with me. The chat is very dull. Audrey is saying in caution. Grace is just completing her meaning now. Incursion means invading. Okay. Thank you. So I have only Grace and Quadri in the class. That is not bad. Only Grace and Quadri are currently in the class. That's not bad. That's not bad. At least we have two people. Now let's go to question one. Who disproved the theory of spontaneous generation? I think we've done this question some times back. If you can still recall the answer, what's the meaning? What is the name of the person that disproved the theory of spontaneous generation? What's the name of the person? Your attendance is really, really poor tonight. I believe maybe some people are in vigil. Some have gone for vigil. Yes, let's leave GST101 now. Who disproved the theory of spontaneous generation? Who disproved the theory of spontaneous generation? Okay, let's do some reading. I will read. Let's do some reading now. Let us do some reading now. Okay. Ever since the beginning of recorded history, man has been speculated on the origin of sorry, man has speculated on the origin of life. In ancient times, it was generally believed that organisms originated spontaneously from non-living matter. And I remember the last time we were reading this place, we looked for the meaning of spontaneous. If you can still recall the meaning of spontaneous, you remember we look for the meaning of that word then. Spontaneous, happening on its own. So, thus, the ancient Egyptians believed that rat came from garbage. Renaissance scientists, last night you learned the meaning of Renaissance. You learned what Renaissance means in the last class, if you still recall. Now, Renaissance scientists knew better than this, but in the 17th and 18th centuries, after the death of Christ, it was widely believed that bacteria, that is microorganisms, which was discovered in 1676, originated spontaneously. It was only in 1862 that Louis Pasteur disproved once and for all the theory of spontaneous generation. This man, Louis Pasteur, did that in 1862. He was one that disproved the theory. He was one that said, how will you guys say that everything just existed on its own. Human being just came from nothing. It just manifested like that. Something must happen. Something must have happened. So this man was one that disproved the theory of spontaneous generation in 1862. Louis Pasteur, that's the name. So we can go back to the question and of course answer it. I want everybody to type Louis Pasteur in the chat box. Everybody online, chat that name. Just write it in the chat box, Louis Pasteur, so that you'll be conscious of the spelling of Louis. You will not go and put I before you when you are writing it in the exam. Louis Pasteur. I think that we'll go to question 2. We are good to go to question 2 now. Kemi Samuel, you are welcome. Yes, everybody, you got the spelling right, except for bright. Bright, that is not the spelling of the pasture. Even Ekuma Grace, that is not the spelling. That is why I say you guys should spell it. In fact, Jobola, your spelling is even giving me a headache. Thank God you are spelling it now. You see yourself. You know whether you know how to spell it or not. So check the right spelling here. Let me go back to the question. This is the right way to spell it. I intentionally say we should do that because you may know the answer in the exam but don't know the spelling. Then you fail it, which is a very poor thing. It's even better you don't know it at all than for you to know it, but because of spelling, you missed it. Louis Pasteur. Abigail Shalom cannot see my screen. Please leave the meeting and join back. There is something wrong with your network. My screen is very visible. Now, go back to question 2, or move on rather to question 2. Which Nigerian scientist made a vaccine recognized organization WHO in the early 1970s? Is it Prophet? Oh, sorry, what am I saying? Sorry. Is it Prof. Bat Inaji? Is it Philip Emegweli? Is it Professor Njoku Obi? Is it Professor Henrietta Uku? Which of them? Okay, somebody said the answer to question 2 is D, according to On Your Matter. Sule Grace also agreed to that, D, Henrietta Uku. But Naman is going for C. And we have Senatorial going for Philip. No, Philip Emegwele is the father of internet. He's the father of internet. That is not his own line. He's not the one that did that. I think so. Those that chose option D, they are having it. The D's are having it now. Maybe we should go with option D. But we are here to read and confirm what we know and what we are going to do something. We will we'll go to our material and do a short reading on the vaccine. Let's do a short reading. Toib, you are welcome. You are welcome, Toib. All right, so let's do some reading. Thank God that we did not go with Grace and Akakos. They would have led us to where we don't know. As soon as you are able to see my screen, the material, let me know. So we move on. Yes, what we are doing tonight is GST105, one of the very notorious GST, the most difficult course to pass in your 100 level. So don't joke with it. If you think it's a joke, you will see it on the day of the exam. I won't tell you much on that. So let's read. I believe you can see my screen now, the material. Okay. Now, we want to read about Professor Njoku Obi. In the early 1970s, Professor Njoku Obi of the University of Nigeria, Nsukka, made a vaccine which was recognized, accepted, and adopted for use by the World Health Organization, WHO. You see, that is our own contribution. Very short, very simple. Just remember that the vaccine that WHO recognized was done or produced by Professor Njoku Obi in 1970s. Let's do something. Can you type the full meaning of WHO in the chat box? If you are still with us in the chat box, kindly type WHO, then you write the full meaning, WHO, and the full meaning, WHO, and the full meaning in the chat box. Yes, who is doing that first? I have cards to give tonight. Blessing Uguru says World Health Organization. You are wrong. If you have written this in an exam, you failed it because you use small letter H for health. And in abbreviation, you are meant to start the initials of each word with capital letter. Rachel Namani, you failed it. You are not meant to write everything in capital letter. Now we are learning. This is beyond just material now. We are not teaching you skills on how to answer questions in the exam. If it was an abbreviation in exam, Esther Ohams, you failed it. Queen Bright, you failed it. Well, yes, I have Queen Ella TV. You are correct. World Health Organization. Adewale, you are not correct. That is a fail. Ekuma Grace, that is a fail. Thank you, Peter Gojim. You nailed it. I don't need to tell you exam way. Whenever you are asked the full meaning of abbreviation, you should know that the first letter of each word should be capitalized. It's a general knowledge. All right, so enough of that. Tell me somewhere. I think the rest of you now are not getting. And what we're here to read about is about Professor Njoku, who produced the vaccine recognized by WHO in 1970s. In the 1970s, and select the correct answer. Now, what is now the correct answer to question 2? Having gone through the material, what is the correct answer to question number 2? What is the correct answer to question number 2? All right, so we go for C. Question number 3. Question number 3. Who is credited with being the first physician of the ancient? Who is credited with being the first physician of the ancient world? We will not read about this because in the previous class, this question was one of the questions we dwelt on. We read about it very well. So, who is credited with being the first physician of the ancient world? Is it Hippocrates, Aristotle, Pythagoras, or Imhotep? Question number 3. What's the answer? If you are answering, you put 3A or 3B, so we know the question you are actually answering. Okay, here we have Rachel Ramani. 3 is D. Imhotep. Blessing is also going for D. Thank you. That is correct. The first physician in the ancient world was Imhotep. Thank you. Don't forget, please. These are questions that are likely going to come out. Philip Emeagwali remotely programmed dash processors. How many thousands processors did Philip Emeagwali remotely programmed? In fact, when you are asked in exam, once the question is dealing with computer, like the father of internet, like processors, the man behind that invention is Philip Emeagwali. He was one that is in the line of computing, programming. So what is the likely answer to question 4? I think it's 64 something. I will not say it fully. What's the correct answer? How many processors did he remotely program? Philip Emeagwali remotely programmed dash number of processors. How many? How many thousands of processors? Or should we go and read briefly about the man Philip Emeagwali? Probably you will know all of his achievements, all of his contribution to science. Don't forget that this is history and philosophy of science, and we are just reading about some very important people and their contribution to science. That is the history. Let's answer this question. Somebody says 16,000, somebody says 65,000 is not correct. Both of you didn't get it right, but let's try to read about the man. I believe my screen is now visible. So let's read about the man. Now, Philip Emeagwali is one of the scientists we'll talk about in this material, his contribution to science and all of his achievements. He was born on August 23, 1954 in Akure, Nigeria. His father was James Emeagwali, while his mother was Agatha. He dropped out of school many times because his parents could not afford to pay his school fees. Now that's the bad part of like some emotional story about him. Now let's move further. From Akure. He was born in 19. Man James Emeagwali. His mother's name Agatha. Don't forget. There may be big questions unnecessarily from those parts too. Now he earned from the University of London through self-study, just like what you are doing now, self-study like Open University. He earned his first diploma. They used to ask on this statement. He earned his first diploma from Dash, University of London. Don't forget. Now, in 1973. And subsequently, that means furthermore, he won a scholarship to Oregon State University from 1977 to 19. He did graduate study, professional at Howard University. Sorry, as a distinguished lecturer at both the Institute of Electrical and Electronic Engineers, the world's largest technical organization, and it's like my screen is no longer showing. Am I correct? Is my screen still showing at your side? Can you see my screen, or is now showing me? I need to confirm something. All right, thank you. I see that with the sharing of screen, we might need to share it afresh. We are currently reading, so we need. So hold on until my screen, so that you follow me, you see what I am reading. Okay, I think I'm back. So for 6 years, he served as a distinguished at both the Institute of Electrical and Electronic Engineers, the world's largest technical organization, and the Association for Computing Machinery, the oldest computer society. He has delivered many major lectureships all over the world, including a Massachusetts Institute of Technology, the United Nations Educational, Scientific, Cultural Organization, UNESCO, in Paris, and the International Congress of Industries and Applied Mathematics. Now, let's do another short classwork to carry you along. Can you kindly type UNESCO, UNESCO, in the chat box and type the full meaning while we're still there? That's a classwork. What's the full meaning of UNESCO? The full meaning of UNESCO, like I've said here, United Nations Educational, Scientific, Cultural Organization. So what's the full meaning? Quadri, the course material is showing now, I believe. Your message is coming in late. So, a classwork for everybody. What's the full meaning of UNESCO? Type it there. Let's see those that have gotten the correction we made when we're talking about WHO. Now, what is the full meaning of UNESCO? As you are typing the full meaning, let me continue. And the International Congress of Industries and Applied Mathematics. In 1974, this is where we are going, and this is where the question we are trying to battle was carved out from. In 1974, a science fiction article on how to use to forecast. He read a science fiction. There is a question that normally ask here, that what is the motivation behind the that Philip Emeagwali did, and then 1922 science fiction article. 22 science fiction article. So now I have the first person that dropped it. If that person got it right, you have a card. According to that person, the meaning of UNESCO, Ugaru. The meaning of UNESCO, according to her, is United Nations Educational, Scientific, Cultural Organization. Wow. Blessing, you nailed it. Now, let's read on to forecast weather for the whole earth. Now, it was inspired. Okay, this is where the question normally, what inspired Philip Emeagwali to process or to program the 64,000 processor? It was a 1922 science fiction. Inspired by that article, he worked out a theoretical scheme for using 64,000 far-flung processors that will be eventually distributed. He called it a hyperbole international network of computers. Today, an international network of computers is called the internet. That is why we call Philip Emeagwali the father of internet. That is another fact you need to know about him. He was the one referred to as the father of internet because of this single 64,000 long that he programmed from idea he got from a science fiction book or article of 1922. So I think we can the more answer. Thank you. You guys are doing absolutely well, which means when you see it in the exam now, you can nail it. I see that so many of us have who've yielded to the correction. Now, when it's an abbreviation, you start every initial with capital letter. Clap for yourself. I feel like giving everybody card. So Philip Emeagwali remotely programmed 64,000. What's the correct answer now? What is the correct answer now? Is it 64,000? Am I correct? Thank you, Dora. I think somebody is with me now. So let's move on to question number 5. The control in an experiment is used to dash. The control in an experiment is used to dash. Is it to confuse result, provide a standard of reference, remove all variables, replace observation? What is the work of control in an experiment? The work of control in an experiment. What is the work of control in an experiment? What will you choose if you see this in the exam? Assuming this is an exam, you are writing an exam now, and this question pops up. What will you choose as your correct answer? Yes, we are no longer on 64,000. Yes, let's answer that question. What's the work of control in an experiment? Okay, so many people are going for option B. It said provide a standard of reference. I don't know if I should go with you guys, but you are the one with the decision. So I'll rather go with you guys and see B. All right, that makes sense. Question number 6. Who did study of fossils in the 18th century? This is also a very notorious question. It's likely you see it. Who began the study of fossils in the 18th century? Is it Lord Pasteur, John Ray, Charles Darwin, or George Cuvier? So, who was that person that began the study of fossils? Who began the study of fossils? George Cuvier. Yes, that's Dora. Who else is agreeing with Dora? Who else is agreeing with Dora? Regina is a subscriber. Thank you, Regina. You are a special person in this meeting. Thank you for joining tonight. The rest of you too should go and subscribe. It's just 3,000. You see your name will carry official tag like that. I have many batches that you are taking the more you subscribe. So those of you that have not subscribed to my channel, I'm not talking of joining the channel. Go and subscribe. It's just 3,000. Click on subscribe. All right. So uh, Regina is saying the answer is B. Okay, that is for question 5. We are now in question 6. Big Eva is saying question 6 is D. Likewise, Rachel, they're all going for D. So let's go with the majority. The answer should be D. George Cover. Question 7. Genetic engineering involves what? Question number 7. Genetic engineering involves what? Manipulation of hereditary material, worship of ancestors, only metal smelting, solar observation only. Like Mother Naomi, I wish Mother Naomi is here tonight. She would have said, this question, the answer is obviously there. This kind of question, they are sweet when you meet them in exam because the answer will be looking at honestly, you will know, even if you have not read about it, you know that this one is the answer. So question 7, what do we go with? Yes, our class captain is opening the floor. She says the answer is obviously A. Tanabi Esther is also going for A. Ifeanyi is still talking about UNESCO. He's living in the 19th century. Well, Kenechukwu is going for A because the answer is obvious. Even if you have not read, if you see this kind of question, you just pick and go. Well, the National Center for Computer-Aided Medical Devices for Visualization, Diagnosis, and Surgical Intervention Systems. Who founded the National Center for Computer-Aided Medical Devices for Visualization and Surgical Intervention Systems? Is it Philip Emeagwali? Is it Professor Njoku Obi? Is it Professor Bat Unaji or Herianta Uku? Now to question 8. To question number 8. I think we may need to do a bit of reading on this, or do you guys know the answer? Will you just pick the answer and we'll move on, or we should go and read? Well, so many people are choosing option C, Professor Bartholomew Nnaji. Professor Bartholomew Nnaji. Well, let's read. It's good we read it because I know some of you know it, because I think we should read about this man very carefully. Listen to his story, because they like asking questions on that man particularly. I think he has a lot of achievements, so they kind of ask a lot of questions about him. There are a lot to ask about him. So let's read about him tonight and clear some doubt. Now, about the man, Professor Bartholomew Nnaji, Bat Nnaji. He is from Umuode in government area of Enugu State. If I don't pronounce that right, sorry. Now, in Nigeria, he was born in July. He studied at St. John's University, New York, Virginia Polytechnic, and Massachusetts Institute of Technology. He became a professor and founder of the Automation and at the University of Massachusetts at Amherst. He is the founder of the Geometric Machine. Sorry, I think I'm rushing. He is the founder of the Geometric Machine Corporation, to affirm that everything in use has a geometric approach. He founded the National Center for Computer-Aided Medical Devices for Visualization, Diagnosis, and Surgical Intervention Systems. He is the first man to be named a distinguished professor in history. Don't forget this one. There is a question in the question bank on to ask you, who is the first man to be named a distinguished professor? That man is also Bat Nnaji. Don't forget, Bartholomew or Bartholomew Nnaji is still the same person. Not for Digital Equipment Corporation, the North Atlantic Treaty Organization. All right, another classwork. Kindly type in the chat box NATO, N-A-T-O, and write the full meaning. NATO, N-A-T-O, and write the full meaning. Full meaning of NATO in the chat box. Let's see the first person. Yes, somebody say he's a genius. Exactly. But let's do a kind of debate, and you are likely going to move this debate to your group, that your WhatsApp group. You continue the debate there. From what we've read about Professor and Professor Philip Emeagwali, who among the two will you call a genius, or who do you believe is more should we use the word influential or more productive? Yes, after the meaning of NATO, North Atlantic Treaty Organization, this question is a debate. You can support any one of them. Who do you believe is the best? Okay, let's use the word best. No, that's somehow, but let's just use it for the sake of it. Who is the best between Professor Bat Nnaji and Philip Emeagwali? They both did wonderful things. Philip Emeagwali is in the field of computing. Professor Bartholomew Nnaji in the engineering field. So, yes, the first person to give us that is Blessing Uguru, North Atlantic Treaty Organization. Now, you guys now know how to answer the full meaning of words. You know how to answer them, writing each word, starting each word with capital letter. That is just what I want to see. That is why I kept on giving you abbreviation to write the full meaning. I want to see if you've adapted to the right format of writing it. Okay, so the debate question. I want us to debate now. Who is the best? Who will you choose? The reason why I'm doing this debate is so that you will, from this debate, the two of them will sink in your head. You will know that Philip Emeagwali was one that did 64,000 processor And you know that Professor Bat Inaji was one that gave the medical device that was used in visualization. So if any question should be asked from any or sorry on any one of them in the exam, because we've done debate on them, you remember through the debate that, oh, but during the debate, okay, no, if the question is asking about processor, that means is Philip Emeagwali, because in the debate we said that produce 64,000 processors. That was why they say he's the best. Or Professor Bat Inaji was from the debate because they said that was one that made medical devices. You will know. So the debate is to help us. The debate is to help us. So still on the debate, who will you rather choose as the best based on what we've read about the two of them, what the two of them have done, who is the best? Who is the best? Ifeanyi is saying let's read. We've done the reading. We are now in the debate. Who is the best among the two of them? I think we've seen the answer to our question. We can go back now. We know the person that truly founded the National Center for Computer-Aided Medical Devices. You who have not done your debate, I'm still waiting for the debate answer. What's the debate answer? Let me see those that have given this video a thumbs up. You people are trying 17. That is okay. Those of you that are here to give the video a thumbs up, go and do it. Go and like the ongoing video. Thank you for doing that. So I'm still waiting for your debate. So that is why I haven't moved on. Well, according to Abigail is going with Prof. Philip Emeagwali, but she did not tell us her reason. Senator is also going for Bat Inaji. And he added a short reason to his own. He said they are the best in their particular field. Well, no, that's not. When you continue that debate in your group chat, let's not use that to waste time here. So our final answer is Professor Bartholomew Inaji. And I think we are good to go to the next question. Professor Bartholomew Inaji. Now we are good to go to the next question. Now, the word scientia means dash. I love this kind of question. What's the meaning of scientia? The word scientia means dash. Well, according to Rachel said that just both great Nigerian scientists. Well, thank you. But we're into a debate. You are meant to side one of them because maybe to you, you are more excited by what Philip Emeagwali produced. So you will say, I chose Philip Emeagwali because for somebody to process his 4,000 processor alone, that is a huge work. So I give him a credit. So you must have a reason for choosing who you want to choose. We know that all of them, not only the two of them, every one of them that were Nigerian scientists, they did absolutely well all over the world. But these two of them we are comparing. That must be okay. I'm choosing people should excuse me. Hello? No, I'm in class already. Thank you. So, I'm sorry for that. I want to read Sule Grace, that is our class captain. She said that I will choose Prof. Bat Inaji because without the device for visualization for medical diagnosis, many people would have been dead today. Thank you. That is how to do debate. You have a strong point to support the person you are choosing. That's it. So not just all of them are great. Yes, we know they're all great. Who is greater based on your own judgment? This is how to do research. This is how to give reasonable contribution to things. Kenneth Chukwu is going for science. The meaning of scientia to Kenneth Chukwu is science. Kemi Samuel and the rest, they are going for knowledge. Where did you get that one from? Those of you going for knowledge, well, let's see those who are correct. The material is right here before us, so we don't need to be guessworking. You can quickly check from the. Now, I think we need to read the meaning of science. So go with me to the material for the next 2 minutes and let's read about science. Just in the next 2 minutes or so. As soon as you are able to see my screen, Esther is even giving us more explanation. You are giving us more explanation on the wrong. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Let's not conclude yet. What comes to your mind when the word science is mentioned? Is it chemistry, physics, biology, or mathematics? That's the question. Now, the word science is derived from the Latin word scientia, which means knowledge. So, the knowledge have it. Now, don't be confused. I know the reason why Kenneth Chukwu was saying the meaning is science. You were because you see, we can say that in Latin, science they call it scientia, but what is the meaning? And the question is asking us for the meaning, not the root word. If it's the root word, we would have said science. Like if it's the etymological meaning, we would have said science, just as a synonym, just another word for science, or the word science in Latin. But if the question is asking us that what is the Latin word for science, what is the English word for scientia? The answer would have been science. But when they say the meaning is knowledge. So those who chose knowledge, you have it. You have it. Yes, thank you. In fact, Esther says knowledge. The word science was derived. Well, you made a very small typo error there. It's not deprived. It's actually derived, or perhaps derived from a Latin word scientia. Thank you. And I think Bella Friday says the word here means a person that uses science to discover new knowledge. Well, you are all making sense. Question number 10 is like our speed is very fast tonight. Are you guys observing that? It seems our speed is somehow fast tonight. I love that. Observation may be direct or dash. Observation under the scientific method can be dash, so it can be direct or dash. What's the other type of observation we are likely going to have? If one of it is direct, the other one will be what? I will leave that to you. We will not read it because the answer is obviously there. I think I'm missing Madam Naomi. I believe she will do absolutely well in her exam because. Oh, sorry. Thank you for pointing that, Dora. I've forgotten that I'm here to share the question screen. You will read it shortly. Sorry. So that is question 10. Observation may be direct or dash. You will see it now. Sorry, Angela, Chidera, and the rest of them. Jeremiah. Okay, Angela is saying indirect, and quite a lot of people are going for indirect. That is obvious. I pray you will see all these kind of cheap questions in the exam because the answers are obviously there before you. It can be direct or indirect. I think we'll be able to do 20 questions tonight, and I'm happy about it. Question 11 says, what was the Egyptian mystery system? What was the Egyptian mystery system? Is it a type of school system, a political organization, a military training program, or a secret religious cult? Yes, what is or what was the Egyptian mystery system? Kemi Samuel, my screen is visible now, so sorry about earlier. Answer to question 11. A, by big, a type of school system. But we have some people going for D, like Queen Ella TV is saying D, secret court. No, it means Ella did not do her TMA herself. If you have done your TMA yourself, this question came out in TMA. Is a type of school system. Is a type of school system. The Egyptian mystery system is a type of school system. Please, let's note that. Is a type of school system. Now, question number 12. What is the function of satellite? Is it for transportation, for communication relay, farming, or mining? This kind of question, Madam Naomi, where is she? She would have said the answer is obviously this kind of one. Even if you are sleeping, they will just tap you. Pam, pam, pam. Look at this question. What is the answer? You just guess. Even guesswork will work for you. Okay. We are now on question 12. When you're answering it, first include the number of the question before you write your answer. Question 12 by majority. B. Thank you, Success Christian. Christian did his TMA by himself and he saw that question. That is very good. Now, what is the function of communication satellite? Is for communication relay. Why don't you do a very short classwork? What is the meaning of the word relay? Kindly check for the meaning of the word relay. I would have said we should practice GST101 here by using word attack to look for the meaning, but we don't have time for that. When we are doing GST101, we'll be doing that. Kindly look for the meaning of the word relay, whether from your dictionary, your AI, or anything, and tell us what it means, the word relay. That is a short to question 13. In question 13, it said the scientific its height in the dash. The scientific reached its height in the dash. Is it the 8th and 9th centuries, 16th and 17th centuries, 19th and 20th centuries, or the 4th and 5th centuries? When did, okay, to pass, Angela Chidera, to pass something along from one person of relay. Thank you, that is correct. Dora is saying relay is art of passing something from one person to another or place. Thank you, that's correct. Relay is to distribute according to our two class captains are contributing almost simultaneously. And to my Oga Patapata, one of our subscribers, Regina, don't worry, I'm hyping my subscribers because my subscribers are special people. If you want me to be hyping you like this, better go and subscribe. Well, she's just giving us the meaning of NATO now. I believe our network has been slow. At North Atlantic Treaty Organization, NATO. All right, that makes sense. So the option, you guys are going for option C. Should we go and read it, or I should just go with you guys and we'll move on? Should we go and read it, or we should just go with you guys and move on? Are you so sure of yourself? Is it 19th and 20th century? Or we should go and read a bit about it? You guys should decide though. Should we go and read about it more, or we should go with your answer? I think we will stop on question 20. We are really trying tonight. I like the pace tonight. It's moving fast. And we're also gaining things. Okay, majority carries the vote. We are going for option C. Okay, we have two conflicting options there. Some say let's read about it. Well, it's not something hard. You would have known. The way Madam Naomi used to say obviously, you should see the answer there obviously. Question 14. How many times more powerful is a hydrogen bomb compared to atomic bomb? At least 50 times, at least 25 times, at least 10 times. I think in this kind of question, we need to read a bit. And the reason why we're going to read is that we need to know what is really happening about hydrogen bomb. We need to know what is really happening about this hydrogen bomb of a thing. All right, guys, very short reading. Oluwafumi says, relay means to receive something and pass it on to another person or place. Thank you. You guys are doing well. Esther O'Arms, relay means the passing of information from one person to another. All right, thank you. So let's go to reading. The period of uneasy, the Cold War. So when you see question in the exam that say the period of dash peace is called dash, the Cold War, that followed the Second World War was characterized by suspicion among former wartime allies or allies. It was also characterized by a furious and extremely costly technological race that led to the development by the superpowers of the fusion of hydrogen bomb. This bomb is at least 50. So, what is our answer now to question number 14 based on what we've just finished reading? What will you write that choose? Regina is saying 13 is C. Yes, we've chosen C for 13. What of 14? What do we choose for 14? What do we choose for 14? Is it 50? Is it 25, 100, or 10? Well, majority are now saying 50 because we now know it. We've read about it. Thank you. I think we are free to go to question 15. You guys are lucky tonight. Most of the questions are just multiple choice questions. But let me tell you the logic. In exam, this course used to have more of filling the gaps than multiple choice questions like this, than OBJs. That is the secret about the course, filling the gaps than the OBJs. So you should be prepared. But you are likely going to see some of the answers from the OBJ also. Now, which of these is a formal science? I think we need to go and read about formal science. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Kenechukwu. Kenechukwu just gifted me 400 naira. I'm rich, oh, I'm a billionaire. You guys help me and thank Kenechukwu. Somebody don't dash me money today. I'll go buy mods after this class. Thank you. So, let's move on. Thank you for that, sir. Let's read about formal science. I think we need to read about formal science because if you are trying to guess the answer to that, we will just be fluctuating. It's better we read about it. Or what is empirical science? We have two basic type of scientific method. I think we should read about them. Okay, so permit me to share my screen now. I will share my screen now to the material. Then we can Queen Ella, well, option A, option B, option whatever. But I want us to read about it. Scientific method. So that when questions come on it, to answer them. Now, science as a method of acquiring knowledge. We want to read about science as a method of acquiring knowledge. Science has well-known procedures for obtaining knowledge. The two branches of science, which are empirical and formal sciences, use what is called the scientific method. The two steps that method include observation. Okay, the scientific method include observation, problem hypothesis, formulation, experimentation, conclusion, and theory formulation. But our concern is formal science, because the question asks us for example of formal science, whether it is botany, mathematics, zoology, or medicine. So let's read on. Formal science utilizes concepts, rules, and theories, and expresses them in quantitative and statistical. From this, I believe we are likely already going to know the answer even before we continue. From all those type of science fields that were mentioned, I already know which one of them is formal, because from here they say formal is one that follow rules, that if you do this, then you get this result. If you don't follow this step, then you are not going to get this result. That is formal science. Meaning of empirical concepts, rules, and theories in, excuse me, I think we need to adjust the screen so that we'll be able to read more. My screen is rushing. Why? Okay, let's get the last theories, whatever. Now, the subsequent section and unit, anybody that uses the scientific method or method of formal sciences to obtain knowledge is said to be involved in science. Okay, so I think if we are to go for an option, is mathematics the correct option? Can we say mathematics is our choice option? Okay, now let's go to the place where we will see the light very clearly. Let's read more. Let's read more. We are now going to see the light very clearly here, and then we'll be able to get our answer from here. Please follow me. Formal sciences include mathematics, which comprise geometry, algebra, trigonometry, arithmetic, and statistics. Formal sciences have a formal and deductive. Science is said to be formal if its content, arguments, and procedures obey rules. You know, in mathematics, if you want to do simultaneous equation, there are rules, steps you must follow. If you want to do quadratic rules, you must obey before you can arrive at your final answer. If you do not follow the rules, you are not going to get the answer, or you get a wrong answer. So the results and conclusions of such sciences are valid and authentic only if they conform to the rules. So if I'm given a simultaneous equation to solve now, and after solving with my own logic without following the rules of simultaneous equation, I arrived at an answer, my answer is not valid because it does not come from following the rules. So when we are talking about formal sciences, we are talking about sciences that comes as a result of obeying certain steps, rules, and theories in order to arrive at solution. So I think it's very clear now. The answer to question number 15 is likely going to be what? Now decide for yourself. Botany deals with plants, I think plant, mathematics, rules and theories, zoology, animal life, and of course medicine. You know what medicine stands for. All right, I have our class captain already said it's mathematics, Sule Grace. Thank you all for helping me to thank Mr. Kenneth Chukwu. Oluwafumi is saying mathematics, and everybody is now agreeing to mathematics because we have seen it clearly. The picture is clear now. All right, question number 16. Here is a question we need to read about. Kepler discovered the laws of motion. Well, I think the answer is very simple, but because we've not read about it, we're likely not going to know. I know the answer actually, but do you know the answer? What kind of motion did Kepler discover? The laws of dash motion. The laws of dash motion. Should I just give you the answer, or we should go and read about the man Kepler in the material? Should we read about Kepler and his inventions in the material? When you are talking about him, that is when you'll be talking about Galileo, Newton, and the rest of them. Johannes Kepler. That is the full name. Johannes Kepler. What kind of motion did Kepler discover? What kind of motion did he discover? Okay, let's read. All right, let me share the material now. I'm already in the material. I'm just waiting for you guys to suggest. And since there is no suggestion, so according to the material, Johannes 1 and 16, the laws that govern movement of the heavenly body, was the first person to apply mathematics as an empirical instrument to discover the. However, in spite of their result, Galileo and Kepler could not answer why objects do not fly off, that the earth revolves or moves around the sun. Another question they couldn't answer was how it was possible for suspended in empty space to go around the sun without anything pushing it. Well, all those are sciences. What we're actually looking for is, should we go for heavenly motion, or should we go for the answer I already know? Let me not give you guys jokes. Is it heavily, or let's read about this man and conclude. Now, this is where the answer is. So please pay attention. At the same time Galileo was searching the heavens. Now, one thing you should know generally, so that you'll be able to remember this man, Johannes Kepler and Galileo, is that those of them, they were concerned about the heavenly bodies, like how is the sun standing. Have you ever imagined? Okay, I don't know, maybe some of you followed the recent journey to the moon by this, what's the name of their group that went to the moon? Have you wondered, is just standing there, the earth is just standing there in empty space? Would you sometimes question yourself that way? Now, the concern of Galileo and Johannes Kepler, the two of them were scientists that dealt with heavenly motions, like the motion all the planets. But they both have different departments they were working on. So while Galileo was searching empirical instrument, you remember that mathematics is a formal science, but somebody used it as an empirical instrument in searching. Don't forget the two methods of science we said we have. We have the empirical and the formal. And mathematics, as we've learned earlier, falls under the formal. By the law of mathematics, by using mathematics as an empirical to discover something. So, to apply mathematics as an empirical instrument in searching for the laws of heavenly, he was an advocate of the heliocentric theory. Greatest achievement as an astronomer is his greatest achievement as an astronomer, discovery of the three laws of planetary motion. Is obviously planetary. So planetary is what we're going to write. Motion. But before we leave reading, I want us to read the three laws. three laws Johannes Kepler help us came up with when he studied the planet. The law number one says all planets, because there's a question like this in your exam in the question bank. I don't know if it come out this year, but there is a question like this in the question bank that listed all these three and added one that is not part of it, and they will tell you to fish out which of the following part of the three planetary motion by Johannes. So you have to choose which one of them is odd, which one of them does not belong to the group. So the three laws, the three valid laws are all about the sun in an elliptical or oval. Now, this a classwork. Make sure you type the three laws. Type it one by one. Just type law number one, type it. Law number two, type it. Law number three, type it. That will help you to do something. You'll be able to retain some of the laws. So when you see it in the exam, you will know which one was not mentioned. All planets travel about the sun in an elliptical, in the sense of oval. When they say something is oval, close to circle, but not a circle, not a perfect circle. Law number two, a planet moves faster as it is, or as it nears the sun. So closer to the sun a planet is, the faster the speed of its motion. That is why you see it takes the earth that we are living in 365 days to circle around the sun, and that is why we call it 1 year. So there is a relation. Law number three. Yes, I'm waiting for you guys to type the law, the three laws of motion. You may not be able to type it at once. You just type it one by one. Law number one, law number two, law number three. So the third law says there is a relation, its distance from the sun and the time it takes to make an orbit. So there is a relationship between the distance of a planet from the sun and the time it takes to make an orbit. Yes, of course, since it says that the closer the planet is to the sun, the faster it is. That means there will be some planets that will complete their own circle in less than that 365 days. So the earth is taking 365 days only because of the distance of the earth from the sun. So the closer the like is it Mercury or Venus now? Like Mercury or so, the hottest one, that one now that is very close to the sun, I think it will be making the orbit almost maybe in less than how many days. So that is what the laws are saying. Please try to type it. Law number one, thank you, Grace. Law number two, law number three. I still leave them on the screen there for you to be able to see it so that you will type it. Once I see somebody complete the three laws, we'll go back to our question and answer it, and we'll move on. So that you guys can go and rest. Although tomorrow is Saturday, but we still need to allow you to go early. Yes, somebody has given us law number two. So once that types law number three, I will take it off. The rest of the person. All planets travel about the sun in an elliptical or oval manner path. Law number one. Law number two, a planet moves faster. Law number three, there is a relation between its distance. That is it. Number three. So the rest of you can copy from them. Thank you. Let's go to right. So it is planetary. Okay, now I need you guys to type planetary. Please spell it, because I know some of you will not know the spelling. You will remember in exam, but you are likely going to forget the spelling. But type it now in the chat box, so it helps you. You remember when you were typing it. It helps you to retain it. You can. I am sorry, network. I want to believe the network is back now, and you guys can actually see things faster. Yes, there was a freeze on network, but I've switched my network to another one. I want to believe this new one is working well. So we'll soon end the class anyway. Don't worry. So Grace is going for, oh, I think that network issue has affected my screen. I may need to start sharing the screen afresh. So let's share the screen afresh. Let's share the screen afresh. Hold on, you will still see my screen now. Yes, planetary, that's correct. Hold on, you will soon see the new screen. So less than 90 minutes, Grace is absolutely correct. We go to question. We have just two questions more tonight. Question number 18. The first step in the scientific method is it theory, formulation, observation, conclusion, or experimentation? What is the first step? What is the first step? No worry. Na Nigeria dey do all of us like this. More na no vex. This network issue. Observation according to Jeremiah. I don't know if we should go with Jeremiah, but I think his answer is looking nice. Kemi Samuel is also supporting. Dora is supporting. Well, I think we should go with that. Question 19. Who invented the emergency auto transfusion set? Its set. Emergency auto transfusion set. Its set. Is it Herianta Ukwu, Philip Emeagwali, Bat Nnaji, Colonel Dr. Ovion O. Ovad? Who is the person? 19. Is it A, B, C, or D? I think we should read about its set from the material. Just one of the last readings we do tonight. Let's read about its set, because I have to end this class as soon as possible so that I can rest for like 10-15 minutes. I'm starting with 300 level by 12. All right, let's quickly read about one person we've not read about. We've read about Philip Emeagwali, we've read about Bat Nnaji, but we've not read about this man. So please, let's quickly read about this man too and see his own contribution as a scientist from Nigeria. So permit me to share my screen to the material now. I will quickly read about the person. Dr. Ovion O. Ovad. He is a chief consultant, anesthesiologist. Kindly look for the meaning of this word from your dictionary. The highlighted word, anesthesiologist. What does it mean? What did they do with or deal with? This type of profession, what did they deal with? Help us check it so that we'll not just be reading what we don't know. Now, he has been recognized worldwide due to his contribution to product development in medicine. He invented an emergency auto transfusion set, its set, which has been acclaimed internationally as Nigeria's contribution to global blood safety. He has received many awards, among which are Best African Inventors to Scientists Award in 1995, First African Winner, World Health Organization, Sasaka Award, UN, and so on and so forth. All we need to know that is that when they talk about emergency auto transfusion set, its set, it is Dr. Ovio or Ovimo or Ovat that produced it or developed it. Thank you. In essence, the correct answer is D. So those that chose option D, you have it. So what's the meaning of anesthesiologist, or what did they call it? Anesthesiology or anesthesiology is a branch of medicine focused on pain control and patient care before, during, and after surgery or medical procedures. Thank you, Adewole Kajobola. You have a card with me. I love this, your definition. At least I don't know the meaning before. I know what it means now. It deals with pain control and, when somebody just finish surgery, whether before or after the surgery, anything that has to do with pain, they are in charge. Wow. Okay, I think I'm getting this. That's why when you buy all these painkiller drug, you see anesthetic something there. All right, thank you, Adewole Kajobola. Okay, and now on to the last question. Who disproved the theory of spontaneous generation in 1862? Oh my God, this is a repeated question. So we answered it earlier. I think the answer is obvious. So who is the person? For the last time now, let's ask ourselves. Kenneth Chukwu, is it question 20 you are answering? Lois, okay, thank you. Somebody made it clear. I think that is what everybody has been saying. D, Lois Pasture. So in essence, we will go to submit and see what we have done to that over 20. Since we've been doing this our marathon class, tonight is the fastest. Our speed tonight is very encouraging. We made very reasonable speed tonight. I want to see what we got over what did we get over? Wow, we scored 18 over 20. We scored 18 over 20. That's amazing. I think we can get let's see the ones who failed so that we will get the correction, because it was going smoothly as if we are going to get 20 over 20. So if this mock is mocking us now that we'll face something, let's see the ones we truly failed, even though my network is refusing to load fast, but we'll surely wait for it. My network is refusing to load. Okay, I think yes, we have it now. We failed question 4. What is that question 4? Philip Emeguele remotely programmed. Oh my goodness. Are you sure we are the one correct, or the answer is wrong from the back end? They said 65,536. Let me check the material. Do we have that figure in the material? 65,536. Is it in the material? Do we have anything like that in the material? I think there is an error in that question. We're meant to get it. The answer is 64,000. Oh, 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 oh. That is the correct answer. We read the wrong place. Let me show us from this thing. Let's go back to the material. Please. 64,000 was just the science fiction, whatever. The main question was gotten from this place. Please, so in case you see that in the exam, 65,536. There is even a comma there. Don't forget the comma. You know, it's verbatim when you're answering question. Wow, that is awesome. We did not even see this. Okay. And we failed question number 13. Why? Well, you see people that chose the answer, we did not even read about this one. So now you carry us enter where we reach here for this question. We did not read about it. All of you just say 19th and 20th century. Thank you for where you ended us up. Thank God we all got here together. All right. This has been a wonderful class. Please don't forget all these questions. One thing I know is that consistency will help you in the exam. The more we are doing it on daily basis like this, the better it becomes for you. In a night, it may be just 2 questions you will be able to remember. But you know that if you have done like 20 nights, that means you will remember up to 40 questions. If you are remembering if all you are doing in a night now, you as a person or as an individual, is only 2 questions you are able to put in your brain. So in exam, it means if you have been attending class for 20 days and you are picking only 2 questions in each day, in exam you already have 40 questions in your mind that if any of them should come out, you will be able to answer it confidently, not doing tinini tonono tonono tinini. All right, thank you guys. You guys can rest now. I'll need some time to rest too. It's been a wonderful night. I really appreciate you guys for always attending the class. I think no more class over the weekend till Monday again. You guys should pray for me. I have exams on Monday, 2 papers on Monday. So have a wonderful night rest. Enjoy your weekend. Make sure you go to O1Bet tomorrow so that you will not just be reading and reading and reading. Let your brain too eat rice small and refresh yourself. it's good to enjoy over the weekend. Good night, guys.